Hello, everybody. Welcome to your weekly celebrity reading. This week it is Travis Fimmel, and he is an actor from the show Vikings. So, as I do with all my celebrity readings, they are based on subscriber requests. Half the time, I don't know who these people are. So, I do not know who Travis Fimmel is, and that is really great because I do cold readings. So, that means that I don't Google them. I don't like to know what's going on in their life. It's always best to do cold readings because then you're not biased in your reading, and sometimes tarot readers will, subconsciously interpret cards in a way to favor the person that they like. So you're not going to get that here. I don't even know who. I had to Google him just to see who Travis Fimmel was, an actor from a show called Vikings. Now, one thing that I do, so the first thing is all my celebrity readings are based on subscriber requests. So this was a subscriber request, and if you are a subscriber, feel free to drop celebrities in the comment and I will get to them. And lastly, I usually pull up their birth chart. I like to give you a sense of who they are, why they are the way they are, what we can expect from them in the future. I couldn't find his birth time, so I can't give you a true birth chart reading because I can't find his rising. With your birth time, you need that'll reveal your rising sign, which is really important, as well as where the planets fall, what houses they fall in. And so just looking at where his planets are now without his full birth chart, he was born July 15th. He is a Cancer. Okay, so with what's happening right now, Jupiter in Aries, this is the biggest career year that he has had since 2011, 2012. We're going to possibly see him in some new movie, some new TV show. There's probably something huge coming out, and this is going to be his big moment. Okay, really big moment. All right, and it just ascends from there. Looking at his chart, he has Mars in Gemini. All right, Mars, the planet of action and the planet of communication. But listen, this is really interesting because Mars was retrograde for since Halloween, and it is in Gemini right now, and so we're gonna see some stuff coming from him soon. All right, the energy is really strong there. His Venus is in Cancer, which is really interesting because it makes him like a big softie. All right, he's very sensitive, very sweet, very nurturing, empathetic. He is a big like a sweetheart. All right, because his Chiron is in Taurus too, and so Chiron is actually the wounded healer, and Taurus is all about values, right? So when everybody has a Chiron in their chart, and so what this means is there's a part of him that he may struggle with, and it's not like a huge one, but it's more like self-value and self-worth. He may have some insecurities about that, and it could be, and it goes way back to your childhood when you're a kid. So someone could have told him, and maybe multiple times, maybe his parents, maybe friends, maybe whoever could have told him that he wasn't good enough, or this will never happen for you, right? So it made him question like his values and whatnot. But let's go ahead and get started and see what's going on and that, because his Venus in Cancer really amplifies that. But let's go ahead and see what's going on for Travis Fimmel. I hope I'm saying his name right, from the show Vikings. He is an actor, and yeah, we're gonna go see again just what's going on with him now and what we can expect from him in the future. Now, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. It really does give the full overview of a good general overview of what's going on. And if I have to pull clarifiers, I will pull clarifiers. Secondly, if you are a subscriber, definitely drop some celebrities you want me to read in the comments. I will eventually, it's a long list, so I'm eventually going to get to them. And that's it. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, hey, look, Travis, come on, listen. He's ready. He's ready, and there is something coming new into his life. Now, he does have the Nine of Pentacles in his past, which is really great. You can see that this is all about abundance. This is, financial success. This is, independence. This is not having to worry about anything. I mean, you've made it. Listen, she's the movie star of tarot, basically. You can see Venus, the symbol of Venus, all over her gown. All right. So when I talk about abundance, Venus is a planet of love. It's a planet of money. It's a planet of sex, everything that we desire. Right. And so he's really earned his spot, and he's really feeling it. There's some goodness that's come into his life, a lot of abundance. Okay. Really good energy. And again, it's something that he's earned. Look at her harvest. It's not something that, it wasn't like luck or anything. It's he's really worked hard to get to this point. Now, he does have the Knight of Swords in the heart of his spread. Now, listen, this is really funny because I make the reference Uhtred, son of Uhtred, okay? That is another, I guess, like Viking-ish show. But if you don't get that reference, I guess, Jon Snow, right? Game of Thrones. Someone who's just very bold, someone who's courageous, someone who's, can make quick decisions. The knights, they're all active, okay? They're all on a mission, all right? And they're fire, right? Swords are air. And so this is him. He's just got he's ready in this mental space. He's just ready to move forward. Now, knights, like I said, knights are fire, swords are air. What happens when you put fire with oxygen, right? This is him charging into the storm. Nothing's going to stop him. He's ready to go. Now, he did get the sun in his challenge area, which is really interesting because this is like the big fat yes. This is optimism. This is opportunity. This is, promising future. And this is really great. This is a very auspicious card. Now, it did come in its challenge area, challenging the Knight of Swords. Now, this is really interesting because there is a part of him where it is, there are some shadows he's got to light up some of those dark shadows in his life, okay? There's also, it's almost like, don't forget this, don't forget that. If there's one thing about them, if there's one flaw about the Knight of Swords, is that he is going really fast, almost too fast, where he's a little bit impulsive, right? And so it's almost like there's this tug of war energy where he's just mentally boom, boom, boom. Remember I said Mars is in Gemini in his chart, and literally what's happening right now, Mars is in Gemini, okay? And so that's the planet of action and the planet in the sign of communication, all right? So I want him to, if there's anything that I would tell him is, keep going, that's great, but don't forget this, don't forget that. You may have to take care of this, you may have to take care of that. Don't neglect this, don't neglect that. It's really, that's the biggest energy that's coming through. There's multiple things that, this could mean, but it's almost like, I want him to feel it too, right? I want him to feel all this sunlight coming through. Now, he does have the Two of Swords, okay, in his crown. So there is a part of him there where it's almost like this. It has to do with the sun and its challenge area. There is a part of him right now that it feels like there is. Not really a decision, but more of the energy is like he's kind of stuck in a situation that wasn't really in his hands, in his control, and but a lot of it will be based on the decision he makes moving out of it, okay? So that he just really needs to trust his intuition. Him being a Cancer, he's very intuitive anyway. I don't see that being a problem for him. Yeah. He clarified King of Cups, so he'll be fine. Again, it's just like, don't forget this, don't forget that. Take care of this before you move forward. It's like he's going a million miles a minute, and it's when you do that, you tend to forget some things and neglect some things. But King of Cups is, really, speaking of intuition, I mean, he's the most psychic king. He's very intuitive, but also emotionally stable, right? Like his throne, look, it's literally on top of water, okay? Nothing's gonna rock him off that, but that's how stable he he is. And I really love that energy for him. That's very interesting. He got Judgment, okay, in the root of his spread. This is really great. He was looking to have this, moment of clarity. He's looking to have this spiritual moment. So there's a lot of tug of war energy happening, but it's still very positive. Everything's still very positive. It's just a lot of internal just don't forget these things. Don't forget to take care of this, and don't forget to put attention on this, okay? And actually, like, feel, have moments to feel, right? Feel like this abundance in your life, all right? Just, it's almost like it's almost like he's having a hard time having a good time, okay? And it's because it's just like too much is happening, and he's just moving. But he really does, he should have this moment of just like, aha, I see, I get it, I know what I want, I have this moment of clarity, but more like a spiritual awakening, okay? And I feel like that's what he needs, and I feel like that he actually wants that, and that could be the thing that he may be like neglecting, like it's like physically, mentally, emotionally, he's boom, but then spiritually it's just like here. All right, so he does have the Page of Cups in his future, which is great. Obviously, the Page of Cups is very Pisces. First of all, right now Venus is in Pisces, okay, so that's already really good, and we love that energy. We're moving into Pisces season at the end of the month. There's a new moon in Pisces, but it just feels good to feel good. Listen, Page of Cups in his future, there's something new coming through. Pages represent, they bring in new energy. They're the young ones in the royal court, right? But they have that power to bring in new energy, new beginnings, new opportunities. Something's coming through for him, okay? And it looks like something that is it's really great. It's gonna bring him like financial stability and success. So that's great. So it could be a new movie or a show that he's coming into. But it definitely is going to bring a lot of stability in his world. He did get the Four of Pentacles, and then he got the Six of Wands, which is all about victory, all about success, and again, public recognition, which I said earlier, him being, just looking at his chart, he is going to have a lot of fame, okay? And there's going to be something, definitely like a new something he's going to be in. Very clear as day here, but it does bring that stability. Now, let's get to his staff. This is such a really good reading. Yeah, okay. So, listen, first of all, for Four of Cups, okay? Okay. He needs to have some moments. It's like the energy that's coming through that is really, really strong is this like rocket ship, okay? But it's like, remember how I said in the very beginning, it's almost like, don't forget this, don't forget that, pay attention to this, don't neglect this. He really needs to just slow down a bit and bring all that into his, have that gratitude, okay, for the other things that he had, remember the sun is in his challenge area, so shine some light on those parts that need, attention, all right? The Four of Cups is, it generally is, when this card comes up, it's almost like a test. Like, listen, it's testing your gratitude. The universe is testing your gratitude because you see he does have 3 full cups. The Hand of Spirit offering another cup. Cups are emotions, okay? You can see this person's reaction, all right? That cup is at eye level. You can see that cup, all right? No smoke and mirrors here. No illusions here. You see it, but you're just not, his arms are crossed, not very grateful, crossing off his heart. And so there is a sense of him just kind of like, nah, right? That's it's kind of like what's going through. So it's really just having that gratitude for everything that he has in his life, and just really appreciating it. Okay, really having that moment to appreciate the things that he has. Okay, because when you think about it, if we're to talk about the laws of attraction, right? Gratitude really does fuel the positive energies of this world, of this universe. Okay, and it really is something that it takes your vibrations to a really high level, and we're all made of energy, right? So it's always good to vibrate at a higher level, but it's saying that there could have been something that he's just like a little it just really needs that gratitude. There could have been something that came through that he was not happy with, okay? And there was something that came through that it didn't meet his expectations that could have happened as well. And he's gotten to a point where he's just like, yeah, right? Maybe a little just apathetic, all right? Just a little apathetic, but he did get the Three of Swords. So listen, when I say he really needs to have that gratitude and really just shine light on the things, important things in his life that need attention, it really needs to happen. Three of Swords, like in his external factors area, this is a heartbreak card. It is a card of grief, and so there could be something like that's, yeah, look at that. Okay, so he did get the Five of Cups too, clarifying it. So this is a card of, loss as well, and disappointment, and even mourning. All right, so there could be something that that is why he's all up here and not here. Okay, but he can be. It's, everybody has free will, right? As long as he pays attention to those things. And it looks like a lot of this could be running away energy, moving so fast that because you don't want to face the things that really hurt you. Let's just do one more clarifier. Yeah, he really does need to. He got the Four of Swords, so he really does. This is all about having that stillness of mind. This is all about having that clarity. This is all about resting, recovering, meditating. Okay, and so he's charging forward, and it's almost like, with the Two of Swords in his crown, wearing that blindfold, not facing the truth. So he really needs to, he is moving fast. Things are going to go really well for him. That's a fact in his future, but there is something he needs to address, all right? A couple things. It's not even, I'm picking up a couple things. So a couple things shining, pay attention to those, all right? And heal from them, all right? He got the Nine of Wands, all right? So it really is like at a point where, he has all this resilience, and it's really great, and that's actually what he wants. He wants to, a lot of it's protecting a lot of the passions that he cares about, the things that are happening for him and have happened for him. Okay, it feels like maybe something could possibly be something that could take that away. Again, remember from the beginning, I said that there was a situation. It was kind of like out of his hands, but he does have a decision in it. But yeah, so listen, he just needs to slow down a little bit and pay attention to some of the things that are important that he needs to address. Now, he did get the Eight of Cups in his final outcome, so it looks like he will be moving away from this, but let me just clarify that. Yeah, so, okay, he'll be good. He'll be fine. Listen, this is a card, you can see an eclipse happening, you can see a lot of water representing emotion, so do cups. He's moving away from it, all right? So he's moving away from a situation, whether it's good or bad, all right, into something because he knows there's something better, all right? But it's still a bittersweet moment, right? So the good news is that he did get clarified with the Six of Pentacles, which is, six is the heart of the tree of life, and six is all about harmony, and this is all about gratitude. This is generosity. So it's like he's going through a moment, but it looks like he will have that time to reflect, and it really does feel like everything that I'm saying he's actually going to be doing anyway, right? He is going to have that moment like, okay, I really need to that one incident that happened, I really should, come to terms with it, make peace with it. And I it's going to be really good for him. And I think that he is going to do it, like with his final outcome. Two more clarifiers here. Yeah. It's going to be hard for him. It's going to be hard for him. And then also, there could be a part of him that's sharing the wealth. And when I say sharing the wealth, that's like for his fans as well, right? And so, in terms of like a new movie, a new project, and a show or whatever, but it may not do great. But it will for him. He'll feel a little. Uh, Kind of like outcasty, I guess. Kind of like withdrawn, but also it could just not do great. He got the Five of Pentacles. One something a message that's coming through is that there is possibly someone in his life too, and that is something that is part that may have been a breakup, or it could have been even like maybe a manager or an agent or something. There could have been some sort of something that happened there that was over. But listen, at the end of the day, Knight of Cups, last clarifier, okay? And this is just, he just keeps, it's like, burn it down, build it up. And it's also like, it's that Chumbawamba song, right? I get knocked down, I get back up again. It's like, this is that. The Knight of Cups is, like I said, the Knights are all on a mission, and this one just wants to fill his cup. All right, this Knight is all about, he is the Prince Charming, the Knight in shining armor, and he's just pursuing his passions. He's got the Page of Cups and his future and his final outcome, the Knight of Cups. So this thing that he wants, it's coming in, and he's definitely going to be pursuing it. But listen, this is a really intense reading for him. Wow. It's just, don't neglect the things that you need to pay attention to, and have some gratitude and appreciate the things that you have in your life. He will be moving forward, and he will have this sense of gratitude, and even to the point where he's sharing some of his wealth, and again, that's coming more for like for his fans, but also just knowing that understanding between like giving and receiving is really good as well. But he did get the Five of Pentacles, so there could be a sense of like just going, something just not going great again. But then the Knight of Cups, he just gets up and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go after this. So there could be like some sort of dip, but hey, we'll do one more clarifier just to, yeah, and then the Ten of Swords. Okay, so it's very clear that whatever this is, he will move forward from it, because the Ten of Swords is a card of new dawn. Okay, so even though it looks like a grim card, it's just saying he's gone through a lot up here. Remember I said he's moving fast. He's moving really, really fast, to the point where almost impulsive, like the horse could trip. But this is indicating that there's a lot going on. All right, a lot going on, and feeling like not great. Okay, you can see that, like maybe there's been some betrayal, maybe that there's been some burnout, but this is the card of new dawn, so all those dark clouds are actually clearing to let the sun through. And so it's almost like rebirth energy. Okay, learning from everything that you needed to learn from, okay? Because this man's hand is in the same symbol as a hierophant, knowledge and wisdom, and it really is rebirth energy, because 10 is the end, is the conclusion. 1 0 equals 1. What comes after 10? New beginning. Thanks for tuning in. That was a reading for Travis Fimmel. And again, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, and leave comments. I love emojis if you're not a commenter. And if you're a subscriber, drop some celebrities in the comments. I know I have a long list. I'm going through everyone's, but I'll eventually get to them. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.